Wherever you're going in this world, if it has anything to do with money, there's a clearer, safer, easier way to get there. Take someone along who knows the way.
Introducing the dawn of a new country, WKQS. KISS 99.9 FM, South Florida's only continuous country music in stereo. It's what you've been waiting for. So come and get it. KISS 99.9 FM, continuous country in stereo. Listen.
Buffalo Bills moved within a half game of the Dolphins in the AFC East with a squeaker over Denver this afternoon. 5-yard punt return as Washington beat New England. The Dolphins' next opponent, Baltimore, fell victim to Brian Sipe and the Browns today. Sipe with a 1-yard toss to tight end Ozzie Newton. The Knicks sent guard Ray Williams to the Nets for forward Maurice Lucas.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that marathon time of 2:08 was a world record.
It's a world record.
Yes.
Thank you, Frank.
He beat it by 20 seconds, as a matter of fact.
That much?
Yes.
Oh. Sport of a different sort rocked through the Tangerine Bowl in Orlando yesterday and today. 60,000 rock and roll fans jammed the stadium infield for what must have seemed to them second only to heaven on earth. The Rolling Stones, midway through their latest American tour, blasted the crowd for more than 2.5 hours with their various chart busters from the past 18 years. Lead singer Mick Jagger lived up to everyone's expectations, prancing around the stage, exhorting the crowd with his antics, and showing little sign of slowing down at age 38. Stone's concert is one of those events that doesn't come along that often. The band played 2 concerts in Orlando. It cleared $1.6 million in the process, and one wonders why they haven't toured in 3 years. Anna?
1 out of every 6 American babies born today is born out of wedlock. That according to new government figures released today. Babies born to unwed mothers have increased by more than 50% in the past decade, and more mothers are keeping their infants than ever before. One possible reason, there is less social stigma attached to an unmarried woman deciding to keep her child. Washington, D.C. has the highest total of illegitimate births, more than half of all deliveries. Florida's out-of-wedlock births account for 22% of the state's total. The figures are from 1979, but indications are the trend is continuing.
Coming up, a tornado sweeps through a panhandle town. Ned will tell us about that, plus his forecast.
And if you don't know what today is, you could hear about it from your mother-in-law.
Yesterday's engines didn't.
Did you ever wonder how special a special really is at most supermarkets? It gets pretty difficult. Make it easy on yourself by shopping at Pantry Pride. Pantry Pride has a policy of everyday low prices. They stay low day after day, any day of the week.
I'm Newswatch reporter Art Carlson. On the next 5:30 Newswatch, our special focus report will examine the world of the anesthesiologist, what it takes to get you ready for surgery, and what you should know before you're put to sleep. That's our special focus report on the next 5:30 Newswatch.
Also at 5:30, what should you know about birth control? What's effective and what's not? And what's the effect on you? Watch Max Labor's special report Monday on Newswatch 10.
Renault 18i, the newest achievement from Europe's leading builder of cars, now has a 10% price rollback at Renault and American Motors dealers.
2 absolutely gorgeous days.
Back to back, and looks good for the future, at least for the very near future anyway. But up in the Panhandle area, they had a rough day up there today, and Blountstown, Florida, felt the effects of a tornado. Settled in there at about 5:30 this afternoon. They've had rough weather up there all day long. Some high winds, some very heavy thundershower activity, and this one did quite a bit of damage. As a matter of fact, taking roofs off some 25 or 30 homes, pushing some cars around, tearing up some house trailers. All of the town is without electricity and also phone lines. And fortunately, we have a report of no real serious injury, although there were people taken to hospitals up there. All right, let's see how it is outside TV 10 right now. We are looking at a temperature of 80 degrees at the airport. Miami Beach, it's 80. West Kendall, 72. Fort Lauderdale, 80. Humidity at 75%. Winds are east-southeast at 10 miles an hour. Barometer 30.01 and steady. Surf temperature is missing this hour. Around the country, we'll skip radar because there are no showers for us to see, but it's been cloudy and rainy all over the eastern seaboard today and rather chilly up in the northeastern part of the country. That frontal system that had started to head our way has receded now, as we prophesied it would yesterday. Has turned into a warm front from this low off the mid-Atlantic coast all the way over to a low pressure in Texas, and then a cold front stems up from that up to the Great Lakes. So everything in between is all rain and clouds, and behind it, things are much, much better. It's cleared up in the Midwest now, but cold and clear weather forecast for tonight. Up in the northern plains, it was 13 degrees up at Minot, North Dakota early this morning. It could get even colder there tonight. Fair skies throughout the lower Mississippi Valley on over into Texas and the desert southwest. High winds up to 60 miles per hour in a frontal system area near Wyoming and Montana this afternoon. That's going to continue tomorrow. Light rain up in western Washington state and cloudy along the Pacific coast. All right, let's take a look at the satellite photographs, and we'll see all of this as the satellite saw it about an hour ago. There's the cloudiness into North Florida. You can see how nice and clear we are in South Florida, and throughout Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina, a lot of clouds. And taking a look at the northeast, those clouds stemmed right up into that area too, with clouds all the way right from the mid-Atlantic coast states on up through Pennsylvania, New York, and New England, and just northern Maine having clear skies. Around the country, here are those temperature highs for Sunday. No light wane here in South Florida. We had absolutely beautiful weather. It was just gorgeous. The beauty is going to stay with us for Monday, and as a matter of fact, right into Tuesday, with winds southeast 10 to 15 knots, seas about 3 to 5 feet, so the inland waters will have a moderate to a light chop. It's going to be a little bouncy way out on the Gulf Stream. Small boaters stay close to shore. Now the upcoming information, here's the way we see it. Sunrise will be at 6:25, and our sun will set tomorrow night at 5:44. High tide at 7:06 tomorrow morning at Miami Harbor entrance. Low tide will be shortly at 12:52 in the a.m., and the forecast is for no change whatsoever right through Tuesday. That means mostly sunny and mild both days, low of about 72 to 75, high of 85. It's going to be nice.
Keep the wind away.
Yeah, I will indeed.
Thank you, Ned.
Thank you, Ned. Today, Sunday, October 25th, believe it or not, is Mother-in-Law's Day. The 5-year-old holiday is sponsored by the 19,000 members of the Florist Transworld Delivery, more commonly known as FTD. But it appears a lot of people have forgotten about this date.
You have a mother-in-law?
Ex.
Yeah. Are you going to, have you ever given her anything for Mother-in-Law's Day?
No.
Do you intend to now that you don't have to?
No.
You have a mother-in-law?
Yes, I do. She's in Orlando right now. I'm from Orlando myself. Actually, I'm buying this for my wife.
Just in case you didn't know or forgot, today is Mother-in-Law's Day. It's probably not too late to make a phone call and save some grace with the other mother in your life.
Considering the time, I think I'd forego the phone call. That's what's been happening. Stay tuned for the Sunday night late movie Little Big Man next on TV 10.
I'm Azcuy for all of us. Thanks for watching. Have a good week. We'll look for you again next weekend.
If you see news in the making, tell Newswatch 10. Tip Line and date 576 News. In Broward, 565 News.
Good evening and welcome to the Sunday Late Night Movie here on Channel 10. Tonight, Dustin Hoffman stars as a 121-year-old man who reminisces about his life and times as a young pioneer. Faye Dunaway and Martin Balsam co-star in Little Big Man.